Hey, this is Grace, and in this video I'm going to talk about, well, how many people feel like they need to, when they see something bad happen to somebody else, say an employee being mistreated, how many people feel like, you have in a sense of a responsibility to report it yourself. Now, I'll give an example of this. And it was something that happened, I don't know how many years ago. Well, actually, I'd say about 4 years ago. And I did take action. And what it was, I went to a grocery store. This is an everyday, example kind of thing. I went to a grocery store. It was one that I didn't go to at all. I don't think, I've been to it before, but like years before. I guess, it wasn't one I frequented at all. And it was, like I said, it was a regular grocery store, not a mom and pop. It was a chain store and all. And when I went in there, I had some coupons. And when I was checking out, the woman, it was actually wound up being two. They didn't speak English, and which is not a problem for me. I've actually helped a lot of people speak English, to learn English. And yes, their grammar wasn't perfect, and they did have a Texan accent at the end of it. But, anyway, that wasn't the problem for me at all. What was the problem was the management, because the management got called up. Basically, the woman, the cashier herself, and the woman that came up to help her at first, not management, neither one of them could read the coupons. So I said, well, call a manager. They called a manager, and yeah, the manager could read. The two women that were up there, the cashier and the one that came to help her, not the management, they were from different countries than each other and of me, mine. I don't know. They could have been born and raised here. I don't know. But anyway, so they called the management up, and the manager, this guy had such a he was a young guy, a cocky attitude. And he said, well, the reason why she's having problems with your coupons is because, he said, for one, you should have let us know that you were going to have coupons. No, what? Call us and let them know. It wasn't like I had a mass amount of coupons. It was just I had a few, that I should have informed them ahead of time that this is what I was going to do, was to use coupons. That's BS. He was all cocky, arrogant, full of himself, it was just like it came boom out. His attitude about who he was and who was the priority to everybody in the world. It was, I'm laughing, but it was bad attitude. Young guy, probably in his 20s. And he was the manager. Okay. So then he started to tell me, he said that at that store, if they use a coupon that is expired, if they accept a coupon that's expired, that and what they do is they take the money for the coupon out of these cashiers and stuff, out of their paycheck. And I said, you do what? Seriously? He said, yeah, they have to pay for it if they take an expired coupon. I was livid. Seriously, you're going to do what? So, yeah, I wasn't going to stop there. No, I wasn't going to deal with their corporate office. I don't know if I called their corporate office or not, but yeah, I went straight to federal. Okay, federal level. No roundabout, no BS, none of this. And of course, I got directed to, the state, and state put me through this number, that number, and finally I reached somebody. But I was determined. I was going to tell this story to the right appropriate person, and I did. It was a guy. And he said, they're doing what? I said, yeah, they're taking it out of their paycheck if they accept a coupon that has expired. Or if there's any problem at all with the coupon. Because that's what I was told. Any problem, like it wasn't the right item or whatever. And so the guy was pretty ticked off too, and about it. I could hear it in his voice. And he said, ma'am, I want to do something about this. And from what I understand, he did. So I added some of my view into it. when I was talking to this guy, the guy at the state, that, if they're probably barely making minimum wage. They're probably making minimum wage. And so if they take anything out of their paycheck, that would bring them below minimum wage. So I was giving him a little ideas of how I saw it beyond just that is wrong, flat out wrong. Oh my goodness. And the arrogance of that manager, at the store, like he was God to them. Just his whole attitude all around. He was God to everybody. And I think he got told he is not God. He can't do whatever he wants because he feels like it. I mean, seriously. So this is an example. I felt responsibility. That I had a responsibility to make a statement about what I'm seeing, to the appropriate authorities. Not going to their corporate office, because is their corporate office actually allowing it? Because this is what they want their management to do. So I went beyond. I don't go through any chain of command if I think there's something that's extremely inappropriate. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go as high as I can. Seriously. Now, some things I don't do. I won't do. It just depends on the situation. Depends on, what it is. Because some things can be dangerous. One size doesn't fit all for me, for anybody. It might be too dangerous. But that was just flat out wrong. And I could not see myself standing there, thinking I'm not going to do anything about this. I'm going to just let other people do stuff about it because apparently nobody else has done anything about it, But from what I understand now, I see that I think that store, now this was a few years ago, it looks like that store has been closed down, or maybe they're renovating it. I don't know. I'll find out eventually. But it's not, like I said, it's not one I go to, so it's not even the chain I ever go to, so anyway. What would you do? Leave a comment below. If you want to subscribe to this channel and you haven't already, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, you can click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, and share if you would. And I'll talk to y'all in another video.